Welcome, welcome, welcome. We live all the way from San Antonio, Texas this time. We down I-10, you heard me? All the way from I-20. It's your boy JJ, a.k.a. Tons. And I got my boy and we here with me, man. You know, it's overdue. It's been overdue. We supposed to been link up. But you know, when you got some businessmen been handling their business, it's kind of hard to, get our schedules intact. But right now, I done pulled up on them. I told you. I-10, I-20, we pulling up on you. 8 hours away from my house, you heard me? We here. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, bro.
So what's up? Hey, business world, I go by Derrick. That's my name. Music-wise, I'm Shine.
Shine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We ain't talking about Shine, Bad Boy Shine either, you heard me? You know that nigga kind of crazy. Shout out to Shine, though, Bad Boy Records. But, man, we out here in San Antonio, man. My bro Shine been doing big things. You know, he got a transportation business that's pumping. But more importantly for me, people like me, he got the studio pumping, you hear me? We right now in the studio out in San Antonio, Texas. So go ahead and give the people the name of the studio, where it's located, all the information they need.
Yes, sir. It's called Startistic Studios. We're over here on Calabria, 9258 Calabria Road. It's a few businesses here. It's crazy because I got like 3 different spots inside the same building. So,
Okay.
But yeah, you go up there, you see the sign there and everything, so.
That's what's up. So what more inspired you to, build the studio? Because he literally built it.
Right.
You'll see he built it ground up. He put up walls, soundproof, and everything is literally legit. I love the setup.
I appreciate it. Man, I've always wanted to build something outside of like my own place. Like I was 15, 16. I in the projects I was in, I would like take the closet, put like comforters up in there. All our walls concrete, so sound would bounce, but they'll still be quiet because they all concrete.
Yes,
so
sir.
like even then, I done turned my bedroom into a studio. I done went to college, went to Mississippi Valley, turned my dorm room into a studio.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm at like Famous Amos and them at. I got everybody in my dorm room, like doing music. And then of course, when I ventured out, left, came back here, there's always decided to get a separate room for the studio, but this time it was more of I needed to get something bigger because I wanted to do more things with more artists and venture out a little bit more, and it was just more comfortable to kind of get its own spot. And then, of course, like business tip of it, I can make a little money from it too.
Little squirrel, a little bacon, not too much.
Yeah.
You ain't busting your head, But at the end of the day, you got to pay for quality.
Correct.
I mean, a lot of people, you tell them a price per hour, they think it's expensive, but I guess that's those people who have never been to a real studio.
Correct.
You go into a real studio, them prices, they up there.
They hit,
But it's worth it if you go up there and handle your business, you know what I'm saying?
Correct, because it's don't come out exactly like you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things that happen in the studio that, the artists don't even come up with. It's normally the engineer or the mixing engineer that came back and like changed the whole vibe of the song to made it, to make it hits. A lot of people kind of get nervous when I tell them like, hey, like you come do a service, it's a pre-mix on there. If you want it mixed, like everything changed and everything else on it, that's a little extra. But that's how the real industry works. You got an audio engineer that comes and record it, get it to your, the basic sounds, and then they send it right off to a mixing engineer. Then they send it right off to a mastering engineer. Because these people, like, this is what they good at doing. Everything matters, audio engineer won't be great at mixing. He might understand it. He won't be great.
Yeah.
But a mixing engineer won't be good at audios because he doesn't know mic placements.
Exactly.
Like the other people would know. So, like, it's really, it ain't just hop in the studio, do what you do. Like, once these, a lot of guys get signed to go to these labels, that's what they do. They go to a bigger studio. Once they sit into the, even if they record at their own place or anything like that, they send it right out to the label. They send it right out to somebody to mix it.
Yes, sir. So for those out there, it's money into mixing and mastering. Every aspect of making a song is money.
Correct.
Songwriting, you make a killing on songwriting.
Yep.
So you might not be the best rapper. Some people got to learn it. You might be most suited to write music for others. But you got to find your calling. Most people just, I'm a rapper for 20 plus years. It never popped. And like I said, You might got some good songs that you wrote, but people probably not feeling the songs the way you deliver it.
Correct.
It might be delivered better through someone else. Trust me, all the big artists get written for.
Correct.
I mean, what's the show? Songland?
Yeah.
You know, I watch Usher on there. Boys to Men. You talking about platinum artists getting songs made right there from random people.
Random people all the time. The biggest hits, sometimes you get like a studio full of just writers and like write this album. Do it. It's more than just, like I said, just the lyrics. It's the voice. You might not have that particular voice to carry in people, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Or branding, marketing. You know what I mean? That they want that particular look for that genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So it's always money, and like I said, it's always money in whatever you do. Just that everybody kind of wants it all. And once you learn, like, hey, this is what I'm good at doing, and this is what it is. Let me find somebody else that can do the rest of this for me. Then you can. That's when you start seeing money, because you start delegating people in the right positions.
Exactly. Team building.
Correct.
That's the best way and the hardest way when it comes to business, the team.
Correct.
Because one member of a team can mess up everything.
Correct. Pride.
You know what I'm saying? And if they're not as passionate as the others, it will take away from, whatever project you're working on, whatever you're doing. So team building is very essential. It's very hard. You got to pick the right people, I've been working to build a team for the longest. My only problem is we separated, but that's not a problem anymore. With all the technology, we still can sit here, you do this, I need you to do that. So
Zoom changed everything. The whole COVID and Zoom changed everything.
Everything. So you got the Yo. Is it all the way open yet?
It's ready. Right now, the only thing that I'm doing is I have a few engineers that they're gonna come in. Like I said, this is the money making part of it, and it's not important to me for the studio to make money.
Yeah,
because this was like something that was personal to me.
This was like, it's your space.
You know what I mean? So to come out and be like, somebody talked me into it. Man, they got to see this. They got to be able to use these mics and be able to do this and do that, and you can actually help shape the music industry in San Antonio just by having that quality sound that that they need to push them through. So of course, me being me, I'm like, I bet I can do that. But it's not a necessity to me. But there's other engineers that want to make the money.
Exactly.
So why not create that extra money for them too? When I'm not using the studio. You know what I mean?
So you say something about the music in San Antonio. Does San Antonio has its own sound, or what is the San Antonio music vibe about? I'm a Louisiana boy. Yeah. During my heyday, club days, Dallas was known, party songs. Dallas was known more for the higher pitch dance songs, and then you had Houston, known for the chopped and screwed, laid back feel song. What's San Antonio feel?
All right. So from my experience, because I'm not from Menuda, but being here, my experience is in doing shows with everybody. San Antonio, I feel like they don't have their own unique sound. I feel like because they're in the middle between Houston and then Dallas, and then this is a military city. Yeah. So when people come here, they're coming from all over the world. There's markets for anything. They come from all over the world. So it's not like Dallas or Houston where you got people that's like from Dallas and they create their culture and they're going to push their culture like they're going to push it. You got people coming from everywhere trying to push their own culture here. Yeah. So it's not a unique sound that they have. Like, that's some pretty good, rappers and singers and everything. Here's some really good ones. And all of them mimic wherever they're from.
Yeah.
Wherever they're from. And the people from San Antonio, they kind of pick up that vibe because when they listen to music growing up, when you hear Texas, they got Dallas or they got Houston.
Yes,
so you still either you get both those vibes. You can get
any vibe coming here. So it's
from it,
being from New Orleans, all we had was our New Orleans vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we didn't know, growing up, we didn't know nothing about nothing else. Like, even we listened to some mainstream, but we had so much music coming out, the No Limits, the Cash Moneys, the bounce music. We got so many artists out there coming up. It was no need to leave the city
Correct.
to listen to the music we love.
Correct.
Because I know my first time hearing Chop and Screw, I couldn't stand it.
Yeah,
I was confused. Like going from our bouncy big, you know, how dropped our beat and all our fast beat to I hate you. Like it didn't like, catch me. I'm like, what the hell is this?
This don't sound like a party. This don't sound funny
and
at all.
See, that literally had to grow on me in college. Because I'm talking about, I couldn't stand Lil Boosie music when I first heard it. And people like, you ain't never hear Lil Boosie? I'm like, nah. I'm like, even though he's in Baton Rouge, I'm trying to tell y'all, we
New
never.
Orleans and the rest of Louisiana, music-wise, completely
different. Like, we did not listen to Boosie in New Orleans growing up. And, you know, when I do hear him, I hear this high-pitched voice, so it was funny to us more than anything. So,
like, what?
But the more you listen to it, you got to give respect. You going He got some songs that gonna catch you one way or another. Same way for Webby.
Correct.
The whole Trail fam. You got Kevin Gates.
The first one he put out, like I didn't even like get into it. Like I didn't know it was so much of a classic until maybe 3-4 years ago. I went back and listened to it, and I was like, because I was already on the Savage, and I was like on the new ones he had put out. Yeah. But then I went back to the first one. I think I was riding in the car to Memphis with T. And that turned bang from the front to the end. But when I first listened to it, it was like, I know this song here was on the radio. I know this song here was on the radio. I heard this. But then when you actually listen to it, and it's like, bro, this was like great. This was really great. But that took getting older, and then getting out of that branch of music that you already used to listening to and everything. But once you hop out of that, just that one particular sound, then you can actually find different artists that you like. But it took a minute for me to like Boosie too. It took a while for me to like. It took me a while.
It took a while for me to like a lot of artists. Once I got to Louisiana, I got into college. We started, hearing different things, and you give it a chance.
Correct.
Because, at the end of the day, like I could remember. Funniest story ever, I could remember my homeboys from Cali. He told me, which I felt was pure disrespect, that E40 was better than Juvenile.
Oh, hell
I said,
you're lying.
I swear to God, Pookie, you can vouch. Got a lot of people that can vouch. Because I said, dude, I said, that E40. You know me, I'm like, he's a Bay Area legend. Yeah. And we not big on Cali music in the South. So when he said it, I'm like, you must truly never listen to Juvenile or know what Juvenile has done.
Correct.
I said, 400 Degrees sold probably more than everything E40 did.
Exactly.
His whole career. I'm like 400 Degrees front to back. Juvenile gave us classics after classic. He's somewhat underrated. Like, Juvenile is not that far from Lil Wayne. It's just Lil Wayne changed with the times.
Correct.
And created Lil Wayne babies, the Young Thugs and everybody else of the world.
Correct.
So he gets pushed up more on the pedestal. But Juvie has always been Juvie.
He was that first. He ain't no Cash Money without Juvie.
He felt like Uncle Juvie when he was young. So, he's never changed.
He was always that leader. He was always that leader in Cash Money.
Exactly. And Birdman, like Birdman, he give credit. Like he said, Juvenile is the one that put us up there. That's where it came from. So, with Juvie, with music, when we talking music, San Antonio, what can you name some artists that some people might know that does music out of San Antonio or from here?
Let's see here. Like there's a guy from here named Question. Right?
Question.
And thing is, I didn't know he was from here. I didn't even know what impact he had on music. But he goes and you tell his story, and then you see everything he's saying is true. He signed the same day Nipsey Hussle signed to the same label. They were like this. Okay. You know what I mean? So he gave us that, and then it's like, man, you got people here that a lot of times it's like, man, no artists really come from like San Antonio. But realistically, like there are some artists that come out of San Antonio too. Like I said, the guy Question, and he very humble dude. Like I can call him, I can email him or Facebook him or message him or whatnot, and he'll write back and say, hey, well, what this? He told me about the certain speakers I got in here. Just like anything. And when he, he's very motivational because he's been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He tell you the story about the label shelving him, like how he got signed, and I think Hillary came in or something like that, and wanted to change the whole vibe of
his
they
music.
didn't want to focus on hardcore rap and rapping like that. They wanted to do more of R&B thing, and he got shelved.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? How he had to fight for his name back, and how like certain industry things was, and he was one of the first people to sign like a 360 deal when they first like started to come out. That was one of the first people that would sign it.
Yeah.
He tell you everything. When I do it again, he's like, yeah, I do it again because that was the only way I was gonna get signed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got people like that. That's not one that's just was rapping here. You got like the story that that he actually was open to even give us. To push as artists. You got like they got to be from San Antonio.
No. If they, been here putting in work
But
for a while, most San Antonio know them, know their music, because, every city has their few local, how Meek Mill was in Philly.
yeah,
The whole
of course.
Philly know him when he was coming up. You have that in every city, but from what I see, it's hard to blow up in your city that you stay in.
It is. It most definitely is, and that's everywhere too. That is everywhere. Another person would be he passed away. This is Chris Pope, Chris P. Went to school with the guy, and and he go hard. And me and his brother real close now too. And his brother D-Lo rap crazy. I know what Chris got it from.
Okay.
You hear me?
Okay.
But I felt like the next person that was gonna make it out of the whole San Antonio situation out to the city and make it big was gonna be Chris Pope, Chris P. He was gonna make it out. That was somebody that was like ready to make it out. He was, and a lot of people knew who he was, and everything else. But if this situation didn't happen, he would have definitely would have got out of it. He was there. He already had songs with Gates. He already had songs with Mo3. You know what I mean? So he was already there. Like he was there. He was already putting in the work and was already getting the views.
Already in the circle.
Correct. And then now like P Hill that was helping him out. Then at that time I felt like he grew so much, and he's working with like the artist now. I think it's like BJ Goddamn or something like that. I think I'm not. I hadn't been around like a lot of the new artists, but that's the person that's doing this thing now, and he's helping manage or whatnot from the outside looking in. I'm not even talking like. And I see if he would have known what he knew now and was able to put that with Chris, it would be even better.
Even better.
Because I see from the outside looking in what he's doing with this guy here. And they doing some things like they everywhere. They go everywhere. They do shows everywhere. Like they doing shows every single where. And of course as you go, you grow and you know more things. But the perfect opportunity would have been with Chris P. When he was doing it with Chris P. And then, like I said, that's somebody that I felt like was doing it. And he got music to from when he made years ago that you can play now and it still be good, still be rocking.
So what about R&B? I'm an R&B thug. When I'm on the road, I'm singing. That's how I take them road trips. I'm R&B.
R&B wise.
Yeah, you got any singers out here
there's this
that can blow?
There's this group that can rap and sing, and the crazy thing is, I feel like they can out rap any dudes out here. Like any dudes, period. Any dudes, period.
Well, I'll tell them I want some smoke here.
Hey,
I'm all about that right there, competition.
And they freestyle. They'll freestyle like,
yes, sir.
Like me, T, them in the car. They always come over. Like, the hell, like, man, they legit, they cold,
yeah,
and they sing. They got the most beautiful voices I've ever heard too. So they rap just as hard as they can sing, and they go by artistic touch. It's called Bree and Jay. Like they go hard. Jay actually from New Orleans and Bree from St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I met Jay like in college, and then when we linked up again, we was at Iceland. I was doing the show, and I was like, "What's up?" Kind of. But I'm telling you, bro, if they had the right people pushing them or anything like that, they would. I feel like they could blow. Like after this, I'll play you some of their stuff, but I think lyrics wise, they
got
bro. And then the way they do their stuff is like I recorded one of their albums and I did it no justice. I was newer. It sounded good. It still sounded. It was the best quality at that time from everything. It sounded good, but listen to it now, I'm like, bro, I could have did so much.
It did so much
to
better.
it. Like I'm damn near about to call them like, hey, let's put an album together now.
Hey,
because like it's they were that good, bro. Like they was able to just flip from singing to rapping and if one of them verse didn't go as hard, nobody had to say nothing. Like they was already like, nah, her verse go too hard. Let me go ahead and rewrite mine.
Exactly.
And
that's
I mean, like
battle.
that's what they were battling. Like
That's what you supposed to battle on a song. Like shout out to my homeboy Bert, the white guy. He was talking the white guy. He also go by Put Me In Coach. I can remember we went to the studio. He came down from Lafayette to Shreveport, come to the studio, and we went record. And, I sent them the beat, but the whole time I still haven't even written my verse to the song. I just sent them the beat, told him the chorus, the song was This Me. So we get to the studio, he like, yeah, I'm ready to record. So I'm sitting there listening, man, he killed it. Like literally, he killed it. I said, hold on, bro. I said, let me go back and write something, because he repping 90s babies, I'm an 80s baby. So I got to hold it down for the 80s baby on the song because of the way he came in. He came in while I was born in the 90s, so he killed it. I'm going to play it for you. You're going to hear something. When I say he killed the verse, he killed it.
Came off the porch in the 90s, that's the era that raised me. I got my people behind me, so I stay talking crazy. I love my parents and brother, yeah, to me they the greatest. And I never went without, so it's time to repay it. I come from Franklin, Louisiana, in that 337. May not be nothing to you, but to me this is heaven. Rest in peace, my Uncle Kevin, man, we still missing you. I know you always got my back, because I'm built just like you. Yeah, I'm a coach and a teacher, so this might be confusing. If it come down to me or you, I guarantee I ain't losing. In my truck or my Buick, I'm coming swerving and swinging. No matter which one I'm in, it gotta be banging. Mix Italian and Irish with a gallon of greatness. Some Creole and some Cajun, you get this blazing Caucasian. When I look in the mirror, I love everything I see. I ain't trying to be nobody else, I'm busy being
my
me.
Nigga, it's me. Take it or you leave it. Reveal my true colors, it's up to you to believe it. My nigga, this me. This me, that's all I can be, and that's M.E. My nigga, this me. Take it or you leave it. Reveal my true colors, it's up to you to believe it. My nigga, this me.
Yeah.
This me, that's all I can be, and that's M.E.
And you made me, that's the competition I like, push me to get better.
Correct.
On songs. See, we used to always do that back in the day. We was rapping in college. We always, I'm about to kill it. And you know how everybody be sitting in their separate area writing, and somebody be like, ooh, and that make you look at, hold on. Let me see.
That. I don't know what the
Yeah, let me start over. He over there too. Ooh, Shout out to my boy Jordan, my boy James, But, music is a release for so many people. And music can help more people than it hurt. Like, we come from an era where R&B taught us how to deal with a lot of life situations.
Correct.
That's what R&B was for. We even had rap songs, but it was ghetto rap songs. They teach you the hood part, but we had R&B songs teach you, get you through a death of a family member or a breakup with a girl or teach you how to approach to the girl. And I feel they don't even have that these days.
They don't.
Like them young cats missing, like, most young cats feel old cats is hating on their era, when it's old cats just trying to say we don't get the feel that we used to have when we was younger from the music y'all getting.
I got you.
So, like, they remix all the songs I grew up on.
They always been doing that, though.
They always do it,
Everything
but
has been sampled.
it's like it gets so watered down to a point. If we deem a song a classic and y'all decide to remix it, it better be
hard.
better.
You gotta go hard. I got you.
And to this day, I can't name one of them that they remix. That is even on the level of ain't even got to be better. That's even on the level of the remake somebody did now era.
Now, I'm gonna take half of both sides. My argument with that is, just how it's always gonna have the era where we don't understand the people.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
there's always gonna be that. That same thing will happen when hip hop even came out. You know, hip hop was always taking somebody else's beat and then just doing on until they came out with the copyright stuff. And there's plenty of songs that I've heard during the hip hop era that I felt like, how they just gonna take this beat from and I don't like it at all, But then the people around that time, they're like, you know what, this was it, and it wasn't for me to understand. It wasn't for me to understand, or even now, like some of the stuff that was sampled that we heard, it just never sounds good when you hear the second time like sample. It doesn't give you that same feel because you used to that first
song.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, that's in. I watched this thing with T-Pain. It's like they really got a book in the industry of saying like how to make a hit, and what it is, you take a hit that already was a hit, and use that to make the hit again.
Exactly.
And all you doing is everybody's getting money off of it. That's
exactly that Miss Mulatto song, the Freaky Girl.
Yeah. See
that she took from Gucci.
Yeah. It's not the same.
It ain't feel right, but I know why he, that's money.
Correct. It's
basically
money.
Remake of your song, you put a verse on it, it's money involved into it.
Correct.
The actual song, it was good for their era.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, we ain't gonna feel about it the way we felt about it.
Correct.
So
every song, every just about a good 80% of the songs are samples.
Well,
I can play.
By far.
Yeah, and I can play like plenty of stuff that's sample. Like you can go like from any time of music. It was always something sampled from before.
Oh yeah,
always something. And I don't know. I feel like that's always gonna happen. That's gonna continue to happen.
Oh yeah.
But if it was already proven to be a hit, and then like people that heard the song growing up. So for instance, like if I heard a song growing up, and I don't remember the song, I just remember hearing it. But then when I play it again, like years later, I think I know this. It's already kind of like
you're gonna listen to it just cause, yeah.
You think you already know it from hearing your mama and them listen to it,
man. Look,
or whatever it is.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm cool with that. I know I better not hear no damn remix or Back That Ass Up. No remix to Wipe Me Down. It's some stuff you gotta leave alone. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
that be my thing. It's certain songs that more people gonna feel disrespected by you trying to remix it.
I got you.
That song that's gonna last the test of time.
Correct. I got you.
People gonna Back That Ass Up gonna be played at my daughter's wedding probably.
Oh yeah,
that ain't going nowhere. Wipe Me Down gonna be played for fraternities to scroll to forever. So them type of songs, we got to put some protection on them type of songs.
Oh yeah, I got you.
That's the number. For me, that is it. The songs that stand the test of time. Because when she did Freaky Girl, I haven't heard Freaky Girl in forever anyway. So
but you felt like
it was refreshing to hear it.
Yeah.
And she actually did her thing rapping on it. Shout out to Mulatto. Mulatto always could rap. I didn't. It just feel funny hearing it over. 10 years ago, and just a different feel hearing a woman rap on it when we used to listen to Gucci talk his shit on it. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a different feel. But we listened to it because that's what we grew up on. We listened to it because you got the same beat. You got everything the same, basically. Now, if you're going to remix it, at least touch up the beat. Put y'all era on it, on the beat too. Not just put a verse on the song that was already hot. Put y'all era on the beat. Let us see where y'all going with it. Because she didn't go nowhere with it. She just rapped about being a freaky girl. It wasn't really too much changing in the beat or nothing. So
same beat with it. I got you. But yeah, I like the samples that are you get like the meat of what the era, where the song came from. Like I know what song this came from. But of course, you change the drums around it, and you change everything.
Yes, sir.
Then when you start doing stuff like that, it's like, I bet that's good. You know what I mean? Like you put your own little twist on it. Because when I go and not even try to sample stuff, it's hard to go and take different parts of a song and not try to make it exactly what it is. Like it is extremely hard to go.
Exactly.
Like, man, this is the only fun. This is the only bass. This is the only drums I can find to go with it. But it's the same pattern, or it's close to it. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. As a artist who records, one of my biggest things is let's say I set up a studio session. I can't listen to no one else's music at all. Even like if I'm in my writing mode, I can't because I will be in the mode of that rapper that I'm listening to.
Correct.
Like, I don't rap like Meek Mill. Well, if I've been listening to Meek all day and then I get near right to a song, I'm going to try to deliver it like Meek.
Like Meek, correct.
You know what I'm saying? So, y'all artists out there, y'all can't be listening to other artists when y'all writing if y'all truly want to be original and genuine.
Correct.
You don't rap like the rapper that you listening to, but you don't even know it. Like, you don't pay attention that you even doing it, to be honest with you. You just think you writing it, and then you got a whole Meek Mill sounding verse.
Correct.
Because I know I done went juvenile mode on a couple of songs.
Hey.
Talking about beats, beat makers. I know I can't make beats. That's not my forte. I can tell someone who know how to make beats what I'm looking for a song, but I can't make it. I don't know how to get in that mood that the beat makers get into, because there's so many sounds. It's like, where do you start? Do most people start with the drums? You believe, where do they start when constructing a new beat? And
I met producers that start with drums, and that shit throws me completely off. I'm like, all right, you start with these drums, that mean I gotta make a beat that sound like this. When I start with the instruments, I can turn that instrument into whatever. Like, I can turn the instrument to, because the drums and the drums and everything gives you the feel. The drums, the percussions, it gives you the feel. If this is gonna be a club track or R&B track or whatever it is, it's gonna give you the feel of it. The bounce to it is gonna give you the feel. But I can take I can take all the drums out of everything, use the same pattern, and turn it into an R&B beat.
Exactly.
Just by changing everything around. So with me, like, when I go and produce, or some of the producers I go and see or whatnot, like, it's about, like, just finding keys, like, just playing until you hear something that you like. You play that part down, and then I go back, and then you can fill in the gap. Because as you go, you're just going to keep adding more shit. Yeah. You already know what you need into the beat. You just keep adding stuff. And that's one thing with some producers is, even me, like, I get into a point where I'm starting adding too much
stuff. Yeah, like, the beat be busy. That's one of the worst things I hate, is a busy ass beat.
Correct.
Because you throwing rappers gonna roll with the beat.
Correct.
And if they don't, it's gonna sound bad because you just rapping straight and the beat doing all this extra stuff, and you know, I like beats that put emphasis, just to drop right here. I need bars right here. I need you to pick up the tempo, the drum pick up. You know, I need them type of beats, but I don't need all that extra crazy around the world stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Like new sounds popping out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I be making like 3 beats in one. Then I gotta go back and, like, you know, that's why it's good to have other people around. It's like, no, take that out. And it ain't no bad thing. It's because, boom, I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna move it somewhere else and make something else with that.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, a lot of producers, when you see them make beats, they make a shitload of beats, like, quick. Because
because they used to it and they already know what formula they use.
Correct. And they got all these ideas. They made a new idea right here that don't work. They ain't gonna throw that shit away.
Nah, they gonna put it to the side.
If they smart, you just gonna copy, paste it, open up another file, save that file, and you go back to another day. Like, boom, this
yes,
is
sir. So, I know me and man, shout out to T-Reck.
Yeah.
P.S. Fuck them Lakers and them Saints. Shout out to the
not the Saints,
folk.
man. Not the Saints. I was okay with the Lakers.
You know, I'm the leader. I'm the founder and the leader of the Saints haters. You know, we hate the Saints. Yeah, so I think it's time to shift gears. You know me, we grown men. And nothing more I like than a grown man that's handling this business, that's trying to do his own thing, you know, open his own business. Show people, you know, it's a way to make good money on your own, as long as you're willing to put in work. A lot of people don't want that. They don't want to do that put in work part. They want the money. They want their business, but they don't understand the work. And, you know, from going through, you know, starting businesses and looking at everything, it's not even that hard if you're willing to do small things, you know. Once you do the background part, you know, you do the back work, all the work that's under the table, everything else is easy. It's just now putting everything into operation, just finding people to help you, you know, grow your business and do your business the right way. So we was talking to Shine about music. Now we talking to Derrick, his business. Remember, 2 separate people, same person. You know, you got to put on different hats. You know, I'm JJ, I'm Tons the artist, I'm Justin, we all this. I'm Daddy, I'm bro. You got to have different hats. You know what I'm saying? So now we talking to Derrick, the business owner. So he got his own transportation business. And number one thing I preach to a lot of young cats is you must look around the world to see what's a necessity if you truly want to be successful and make money in America. And the number one thing is transportation. If you look on that road, all you see is trucks. Getting the CDL, or putting trucks on the road, you know, cargo vans. The money is there in transportation if you're willing to go get it.
Correct. And that's the number one question I had asked when I decided to do it. I ain't know nothing about trucking. I ain't know nothing about logistics. I didn't know what to expect from it. What I did know was I wanted something that T calling right now. What I did.
Hold on. I'm gonna call him. I'm out the phone. Hold on, I'm gonna call that fool. See if he gonna answer his phone. He'll answer on Facebook. That fool don't answer the phone. Watch, he ain't gonna answer the phone. Call him on Facebook, he gonna answer. Weird ass. He weird. I don't know why he do that, bro.
So you call him on Facebook. I call his ass on Facebook a lot.
As soon as you, that's the only way, that's really how I get in contact with his ass. Watch. I told you. Man, you the most backwards motherfucker I know. So I ring your phone, and you don't answer.
Cause he ain't called me, G.
This nigga, he did just call you.
Nigga, I just called you, nigga.
Ah, man. What's up, man?
I just
called this dude.
Yeah, that's why I called you. We shooting the podcast right now.
Oh, y'all doing the podcast? Y'all doing? Oh, boy, you fake, man.
How we fake? I told you I'm pulling up on
How
you. You think we playing?
And I pull up in the H, man.
Huh? Man, I came around, man. I'm in San Antonio for the weekend. I might come back through Houston. I'm trying to see now.
You might as well make that trip, G. Come get your boy, man.
I might come through Houston Sunday.
You ain't talking about it.
I might come that way.
Y'all finna shoot a whole show?
Man, we already halfway in. You on the show right now?
Oh.
Yeah, they can.
You left side radio, you already know what it is. Don't wait. We in here. Record.
Man, tell them who you is. They don't even know who the hell you is. You doing all that, man.
What you said?
They don't know who you is, man. You doing all that, man. You ain't giving no name.
Yeah, it's your boy T-Reck. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait, no way. Straight from that boot. Rest of Louisiana to be exact. I-20 bound. You did that.
I-20
Shout out my boy JJ. My dog, my brother. Signed through I can't cuss, man. My mama around here. Anyway, what's wrong with it, man? Hey, I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to be on the show. It's up there, and once it's up there, you already know what it is after that.
You already know. We down, like I tell you, we down I-10 right now. 8 hours away.
It is.
From Rustown.
But, hey, man, y'all go ahead and get through with y'all show, bro.
Yeah, I'm hit you up when I get by Charles.
I gotta get to San Antonio, G. I gotta get to San Antonio, okay?
Man, I'm shooting with me and Charles shooting one tonight too.
You gonna get you ain't gonna get in the booth?
Man, I might see Shine by the road. I'm gonna try to catch him before I leave.
All right.
You already know I catch him when I come back. I gotta come back down here multiple times, so it ain't nothing to do.
All right, that's a bet.
All right,
man. Y'all get through with the show, man. I'm out.
Yes, sir. That fool answer on Facebook, boy. I told you, boy, them people be backwards, boy.
Don't answer the phone.
Remind me of Demo. Demo on answer Facebook calls. But again, we back talking to Derrick about transportation. Now, your transportation business. Give us the name of the business And what I want to do, I-10, I-20, diamonds in the rough. A diamond is nothing but a piece of coal that has aged well through pressure. So pressure either turn coal into ash, like when you barbecue, or you can create a diamond. And we got a lot of diamonds out here in the South, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people don't know nothing about. So
We do.
one of my things I want to accomplish in life is to help others realize it's not that hard to start a business, to do the things you want to do in life.
It's not.
So I got my boy Derrick. He has his transportation business. I want you to give them the name, give them exactly, what type of transportation business it is, what equipment it is, and give them a rough estimate of how much it costs to get the business started. Because a lot of people be scared because they think it costs too much.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted him to give y'all a rough estimate so y'all can see that it's really not as bad as you think. You just got to sacrifice here and there, save some money to reach them goals. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, just give them some info, man. Let give them a few jewels right quick.
10-4. The name of the company is Elizabeth and Jean Transports.
Elizabeth and Jean.
Yeah, I named it after both my grandmas, so, one from each side or whatnot.
Yes, sir.
That just kept me like motivated and all, just to kind of, see it. It's like, dang, it's not just for me. Instead of making just my name, it's like, you know what, not just for me. It's something that they will want to see happen, because it's gonna benefit everybody. I'm thinking like it's gonna benefit so many different people, not just my family. And the motivation I needs to come from, my grandma. So
yes, sir.
Did it after that. In the sense of like startup, I had literally the craziest startup. My startup happened during COVID. And it was crazy. If you do everything right, like I use box trucks. I had a semi truck. I sold it. I didn't too much care for it, because there's different rules that are a little more strict with semi trucks.
Yes,
it's harder to
sir.
find CDL drivers. So I decided, what can I do? Well, I can drive my own truck if somebody quit or somebody can't work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I came with the whole box truck situation. I do everything a semi truck does, but I'm a smaller truck. I don't need a license. I get away with certain stuff.
Yeah. So you do it with no CDL, correct?
With no CDL, correct.
There you go.
So that's one thing that's out the pictures is CDL. Insurance is cheaper. Gas is a little, less gas. I get a little better fuel mileage. So, like there's this there's this.
It's a lot of benefits, It's
Yeah.
smaller truck, less cost.
Less cost, correct.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you still can bring, you're not gonna bring semi truck money in, but when you start thinking about what the profit is between it, it's about the same.
About the same, actually. Yes, sir.
About the same. So, like I had to go into it as a startup, and it was LLC is only in Texas $300 for LLC. The FMSCA like information to get your authority was like another $300, and then it was getting like little things like UCRs. It was like $50 and $10 here. Then it was like the biggest cost is your equipment and your insurance. And I had bought a truck, but it wasn't what I wanted to put on the road, so I went and started renting.
Okay.
From Ryder. I spend about $1,500 to $1,700 a week on each one of the trucks, but that's with all the miles that I actually put on it. But to start out, like this, I ended up spending I had already did the insurance and everything, and I tried a couple times and got my ass kicked about it, and then thought I was just gonna shut it down and just close it because I lost a lot of money trying to get it going like it was supposed to because I'm new. And I got down to like my last $364 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like my last $364, I'm gonna I'm gonna rent this truck one more time. I had enough to rent it for 2 days. And then only reason why I was able to even take a load somewhere is because the truck was already filled up. So I ain't eat that day. I didn't eat the next day. I just went ahead and took that money.
Took that thing on the road.
Yeah, and took it on the road. Had some good luck going to Houston and back. Made like $1,000. And then boom, I had that money to pay for the truck again for another week. and then for a whole week, and then by the time I ran all the miles up on it, it was a little bit more. I already made like $12,000 in that week. And so it didn't care, but it was there was $1,700 for the truck. So I already made $12,000 that week. So it's not a lot to start up, especially if you start renting it. The insurance could be expensive. Like I spent like $4,000 to start up the insurance policy of it. But altogether, if I would go without mistakes and everything else, I spent without mistakes, without the cost of the 2 trucks I had already bought because I ended up just renting. I say you can get everything started with a good, $6,000, depending on it. And right now, I done went from 1 truck to 3 trucks, and I'm doing about $70,000 a month with that. So it's one of those businesses that you got your own problems in the industry itself. But in the sense of starting it up is easy. You're gonna always have your own problems and your own little situations that's going on. And just so you see right there, that was last month right there.
Yes, sir.
And then I ended up not using 1 truck that month, and that was 2 trucks right. That was 3 trucks right there. So, like, you know what I mean?
The money is there. You hear me?
Yeah.
The money is there.
It's there. So, it's long as you keep grinding with it. If it's something that you're gonna do, you can't put like this. You gotta put your all in it. Every other business I tried to start or whatever, I was like, I'm gonna do it part-time. I'm gonna start out small. I'm gonna start out doing this. I'm gonna start out doing that. And the big turnaround for me was it was COVID. I had nothing else to do.
Yes, sir.
But I can tell you that this wouldn't have worked out the same way if I was like, when I got off of work from the oil field, I'm just gonna go spend a week doing this. It wouldn't have worked the same. It would have not worked the same at all.
Yes, sir.
So you gotta find something that you're gonna do, and you got to stick to it, and you got to go full-fledged with it. You can't half-ass it. You got to go full-fledged with it.
Can't be scared to fail, you hear me?
Correct. Because if you care about it enough, if you care about not failing enough, you're not gonna fail at it. Something's gonna come. And I tell you, like every time I thought I had to close everything up, some money came in out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, some money came in, and then I guarantee you, like, I'm big with law of attraction and everything. Like, this is something that I was pushing to get done and pushing to do. Something I really wanted to do and really pushing to do. So, like I said, this because I was pushing for that to work, working out in my favor. So you can't half-ass it. I'm not saying go quit your job completely, but if you got a way to save up some money where you can go spend a few months, or I took my negative of being laid off and was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to use this little money to do this. So let me go ahead and just use that time. I took it as like, boom, I'm getting paid unemployment.
You see, I wish I would have thought about that. I would have looked into the transportation business. Me and my brother, my homeboy Sam, we own it now. But see, when I got laid off, all I cared about is relaxation.
Correct.
I went chill. We put in all them hours, 16-hour days. Like I purchased my home and didn't even get to enjoy it until I got laid off.
You got laid off.
So the thing was, I put my time back into my wife and kids. All the time was missed. I relaxed, which was needed. I needed that detox, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the transportation business, as y'all see, it don't cost as much. We didn't have stimulus checks. Correct. Those out there getting stimulus, you could have used that to start instead of paying for vacations and everything else, because once you get that money rolling, then you'll start to see what real vacations you can take. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying PS5s and clothes and jewelry, you could have put $6-7 grand into a trucking business and probably could have been doing over $25,000 a month or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Making some good, legit bread.
Correct.
Just driving from point A to point B.
Yep.
That's the number one thing about it. You're just driving from point A to point B. Now, in Texas, them motherfuckers can't drive. Now, don't get me twisted. They can't drive in Texas. Now, so you got to be safe. Number one thing. You when I say they drive wild, they drive wild. You know what I'm saying?
Especially you get up there towards Houston.
You get in Houston, the worst place to drive. I don't care what nobody.
But you know what? The worst drivers I've ever ever experienced, ever. And I hate going up there. I hate going to Philadelphia.
But the transportation business is not that hard to get in. It's not expensive. You make good money.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see the world while making money if you're willing to travel. I mean, it's a lot of benefits. You know, you might be away from your family. But like I tell people, you got to sacrifice some time from your family so you can set them up with a better life sometimes.
Correct.
I didn't want to drive 8 hours to Midland, work 16-hour days, barely even get to talk to them on the phone. But, you know, we see the good that came from it.
Yep.
You know, we went from paying rent to buying, you know, to getting a mortgage. Ain't no more wasted money. You know, I looked at rent as wasted money. You know what I'm saying? For those who out there that truly wants to get into buying a house, it's not that hard. Building credit is not that hard. I've been through the process by myself, so I can tell you it's not that hard. Don't look at me don't look at Shine like he's Superman because he has a trucking business, when it's really not that hard. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, me, when I go out, when I was going to the clubs and whatnot, it was my budget. Every time I went out, I knew I was going to spend at least $120 because where we was at, that's how much that bottle was going to cost. Ooh. So I knew at least that's what it was going to be. But we'll go out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday,
$400.
You know what I mean? We'll go, and then when I was in the oil field, you know, I come back for that week. I'm coming out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You going out every day.
You know, like it ain't just the club, but like, you know, I'm going out to restaurants, I'm going out to this, I'm doing that, and then it's like, you know what, this shit is adding up. So when I went through COVID and we couldn't go nowhere, yeah, I had my withdrawals. Like, fuck, I gotta stay in the house.
Yeah,
bro. I went to the house already once, like in the sense of a month. I probably was at home maybe 4 days because I spent 7 days on, 7 days off,
yeah.
And then I'll probably come home for 2 days out of those 7 days. I'm there. Everything else, I'm somewhere else, like doing whatever. So like, I barely spend time at home, but I save money by COVID. Stay my ass home instead of spending $120 on the bottle. Same bottle, $30 in the store.
Yeah,
still got drunk. Still got to do everything. Still got to build a company because I got to stay my ass home. Like, it was a sacrifice.
It was a sacrifice
to
stay home.
That you still had to make. Now, it was easier for me to make that sacrifice because I couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah, you forced not to go nowhere.
Exactly. But that literally that first 2 weeks that I didn't do nothing, that paid for my LLC, that paid for the application that I needed, that paid for the UCR, that paid for the BOC3, that paid for those things.
All those small under the table things you're talking about. Just small. I ain't gonna buy weed this week. Boom. Put that towards your LLC.
Correct.
I ain't gonna drink that week. Boom. Put that towards all your other paperwork. It's small sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, stop thinking it's hard, and it's people out here will help you do it. Ain't no competition.
Yep.
It's money out here for everybody. It's, man, look, we just trying to motivate the people to be a diamond in the rough.
Correct.
That's it. We all grow up in rough neighborhoods.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't think I'm better than anybody because I'm from New Orleans. New Orleans is a terrible place to stay. Shit. Philly, Houston, Dallas. Shit, San Antonio got their ghettos. Everywhere got a ghetto, bro. I said, but you can't use the excuse that you're in the ghetto for you not trying to better yourself.
Correct.
Like, you should use that as motivation. Like, shit,
do something more.
Man, I grew up with rats and roaches. I want what they got. They got swimming pools and shit. I don't want to be able to go to the city pool and all this other stuff. You should want that better, especially if you got kids. You should want, hey, look, man, we're not about to be eating no bologna.
Correct.
If you like bologna, that's all on you. We're not about to eat no Vienna sausages and stuff like that. You know, I want to see what filet mignon, you know, tastes like. I want, let me get a feel of why they be spending their money on this other type of food, you know. But
Correct.
A lot of people get crippled by, I'm from the hood, I'm in the hood, I love the hood. The hood don't love y'all, man. Don't ever get it twisted. The hood will take you out before any other thing.
Because you there with everybody else that's trying to get it and trying to starve, and everybody's looking for like a big opportunity to something big.
Just one lottery ticket.
Yeah, right. And that's not how it's plenty lottery tickets. You just gotta kind of add that shit up slowly. But
yep.
Yeah, instead of waiting for one big thing, that everybody is waiting for, just go ahead and find your own lane. And
exactly.
Save the way that you can. Find something that you think that's smart for you to do, and stick to it and grind with it. That's
exactly.
Really,
like for me, I got a lot of homeboys. To be honest with you, a lot of them don't do shit. A trucking business, y'all got license. If I front everything else for y'all, if I do under the table work, you should be willing to get in that truck and drive and make the money.
Yeah.
But most of y'all don't even want to do that. You want to make excuses. See, you think you missing something if you gone. Let's say you want to get into the transportation business. My boy Shine, he out asking. We chopped it up for hours. I like, man, break this down to me. Because I'm comparing, 18-wheelers to box trucks to hot shotting, just to see what lane is better, which is easier to get in, which has less hassle, and vice versa. And he sit down and break it down with me, and he, like I said, we'll give you the blueprint. It's about you, doing it. It's that simple. People will give you the blueprint. Look, get a CL. Go drive for a company. Save your money, get your own truck so you can make all the money.
Exactly.
It's kind of simple, It sounds easy. It is easy if you're willing to do it.
Yeah, you put your mind to it. I don't know. I feel like there's everything is possible, and like right now because of the trucking company, I got to sacrifice a little bit here and there, but I feel like now I can go do whatever I want to do. So like whatever I want to do. Once I got the trucks running, I delegate people put in different spots. I've been damn near to every state. Mm-hmm. Except for Maine and New Hampshire, I think. I
don't know too many people that have been in them states anyway.
Yeah, and then the only reason, and I've been close to them, been like Connecticut and in Massachusetts, like I've been very, very close to them. Mm-hmm. I just ain't been there because it was I ain't go up there. But every time I go somewhere, I'm able to stop, see stuff, do stuff. Do whatever I feel like I wanted to do, and then I come back here and it's like, dang, I don't even want to be here because I want to go somewhere else.
You know what I mean? So the world.
Exactly. What I feel like I'm missing here is like this. I've been seeing this all my life. This really ain't nothing. This really to me, it's really ain't nothing. But there's so much more stuff out in the world, and you can literally, like my little brother. He's a prime example. He just wanted to stay in Memphis. Just wanted to be there. I put him in the truck. I just picked him up one day. Didn't even intend to hire him. I just put him in the truck. Like, want to ride with me? He got in the truck with me in October. His ass ain't been back home yet.
Mm-hmm. He loved that road. He
liked the money from it. He get to go see everything. He's like, bro, I'm going to California this week. Because he go to California almost every other week.
Yes, sir.
And then, all right, boom, I'm going to get your hotel. I'm going to get your hotel off this beach. All right, boom, you got a little mini vacation in that process
in the process of working. That's
Correct.
what I love. Like,
Correct.
Exposure leads to expansion. Shout out to Fred Taylor, I am athlete. I love that saying because we went to Vegas. Like I drove to Vegas the first time. And we went from Vegas, we went to Utah. So when we came back to vacation, I like driving anyway, to be honest with you. So if I go to Vegas, I'm driving to Cali. And just the mere fact of the drive to Cali, I went to Long Beach, Venice Beach, Compton. I went everywhere. Downtown L.A., I went to Rodeo Drive, a.k.a. Rodeo. I went everywhere just to get the vibe. I can, look at the Walk of Fame, see the stars. All these things we see on TV is that close. It's not expensive to get it. Everything is right there, you know what I'm saying? So even when we went, like I said, if I wouldn't have drove to Cali, I went to Vegas, I never would have knew that the Hoover Dam was right there. Like, I didn't know. Right. I didn't know where I thought. Right. Like, hey, y'all can get on me. I don't give a damn. I thought the Hoover Dam was in Hoover, Alabama. I didn't know where the hell the Hoover Dam was because it wasn't nothing I was thinking about.
Bro, I didn't know what the fuck it was. Like I drove through there like 5 times already. I didn't know what it was.
Right, we
did
went
the same
there.
thing.
We watched the documentary. It's only literally 40 minutes from Vegas.
Right. Like it took me to like understand that part about church, and then it's a lot of politics. That too is a lot of politics.
Politics everywhere, man.
And you don't see it as a kid growing up. You don't see the politics in the church until you get older, and then you start seeing the politics, and eventually somehow you find your way into politics, and it's like, well, I didn't ask to be in this.
Yes, sir.
So that's why it's for me. When I go to church, I'm going for motivation to hear what can motivate me for the rest of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I tithe when I feel like I haven't spent, I haven't helped enough people to make me feel good.
Feel good.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's my biggest thing. But I know there's a God. I know there's, somebody watching over me. I know,
sir.
Me. I believe. I have faith. I believe just like any other person, churchgoer ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure I'm I sin.
Everybody
no sin
do.
And no sin is greater than the other one, they say. But
They lying.
but,
they lying because
that's what they say.
Because murder and rape is way worse than anything else.
Correct.
Yeah, so we know they lying about that according to their rules. Now, that's the rules that they set.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So like I feel like I'm doing the right. I genuinely feel in my spirit I'm doing the right thing, and if this is enough for me to get to where they say I'm supposed to go, like the heaven, and if that's enough, and I feel like I'm doing the right thing to get where I need to go,
I know I'm going there.
then I'm going there.
Yeah, like I tell them, I want my heaven on earth too.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I want heaven on earth?
Correct.
Your heaven is what you make it, especially while you're on earth.
Correct.
If being on the beach is heaven to you, do all you can do to get to the beach.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, this has been another great episode. Like I said, we all the way down I-10, San Antonio bound. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm a Spurs fan. Shout out to Tim Duncan. Shout out to Tony Parker, manager. I'm a Spurs fan. They already know that. So, what words of encouragement do you have for those who may have been thinking about getting in the trucking business, or those who been pushing maybe to open their own studio and become a producer, or anything in life basically, because all the messages can go with any aspect of life that you're chasing. What words would you give someone who's trying to come up to get to the level where you are now?
Stop procrastinating about it. All you gotta just do it. Just do it.
Nike, baby.
That's really what it all boils down to. Find something. Pick something. I do a lot of stuff at once, but best believe if I didn't just pick something and focus on that one thing first to get it started, I won't be able to do anything else. So just pick something, do it. Just stick to it and do it, and it's gonna find its way. And everything else that you want to do, it's gonna follow suit. Yeah,
yes,
it's gonna fall into suit, and you're gonna have less errors. Business is business, no matter what it is. So there's running a business. You can run the day to day of the business. You could if I wanted to go run a McDonald's, it's still ordering stuff. You ordering certain things. The money, it's the same. That's all the same part. Now doing the job is different, but like when you starting out, you got the same funding, you got the same startup costs, you got the same the startup legally, the same business bank accounts and stuff like that. Once you do it one time and you go back to do it for your other businesses, it's like that.
Like that.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of the stuff is follow the same steps, but when you get down to that title of it, it's just doing the job differently.
Shark Tank, baby.
That's it. So it's just do it. Like don't just say, oh, next year this is what I'm gonna do next year. Or if you got the money, like right now, just do it right now.
Do it right now.
Do it right now because you
go
can get
all
the money
out.
back.
Go all out.
Go all out. You're gonna get the money back. Like everybody's afraid to fail, but only people that succeeded is the ones that have failed.
That has failed, exactly. So again, drop your information for those who want to come get in the studio, for those who, might need a trucking company to move some stuff. Go ahead, drop all your information where people can reach you.
Yes, sir. I do be on Facebook heavy. It's D Shine Jenkins. When you go in there, or Derrick Shine Jenkins, or on Facebook. On Instagram is I go by Shine, and then you can find me on those two platforms. I don't do too much Twitter. I'm trying to get on social media like I'm supposed to. I'll be so busy with everything. But, yeah, I'm on Facebook. I answer a lot of questions. I'm in a lot of, like, music groups and a lot of transportation groups, and I get blown up all the time with questions. And I'm big on answering it. I feel like information, a lot of people want to charge for the information. I feel like, I can give you the information. It's up to you to do it. Yep. And I'm not worried about competition from anybody because I know that doing it is rare. Getting up and actually doing it is rare. So if you're going to get up and do it, then I can save you some time by just showing you. I ain't going to do it for you. I'm not going to message you first. You can't come on my post and say, hey, inbox me and think I'm going to go and inbox you because I'm not. You got to come to me. You got to definitely come to me.
Put in a little effort, you know what I'm saying? He giving you free wisdom. You can at least reach out. He'll bring you to the lake.
Correct. You just gotta come. You gotta come. You gotta want to come and do it. But don't. Yeah, just as long as you show you want to come and do it. I'm gonna give you my time, giving you information. I gotta make sure you're gonna want to use this information. That you're gonna really. You seem serious about it. I don't want to be talking for nothing.
Yes, sir. And give them the name again of your trucking company.
Elizabeth and Jean Transports.
Yes,
you
sir.
Find that on Instagram and on Facebook. Also, exactly like that.
And go ahead and give them your studio info.
And the studio is Startistic Studios. There's an Instagram page on the Startistic Studios, but not yet for Facebook. Actually working on that part now. And then, of course, when the Facebook link come up, you'll see booking information, certain engineers, and also, if you are an engineer and you know how to use some of these softwares that we have too, you're more than welcome to apply to come work also.
Okay, they hiring y'all.
Yes, sir. Trucking too. I need 2 more drivers right now.
2 more drivers who trying to get paid. You heard me? No CDL needed.
Yeah, I need 2 more drivers right now. I just got another truck that got out the shop, and 1 driver that can't come back on the road until August. So I definitely need 2 more drivers ASAP.
Yes, sir. So again, y'all have just tuned in to another great episode of I-10 to I-20 D podcast, Diamonds in the Rough, with your boy JJ, a.k.a. Tons. We came all the way down to San Antonio to interview my bro, Derrick Jenkins, a.k.a. Shine, a.k.a. Elizabeth and Jean Trucking, a.k.a. Startistic Studio.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of AKAs. The more you got, the better. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Like I said, for those who are out there, I want y'all to like the Facebook page, I-10, I-20, the podcast. Go on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be giving you content often.